2 miles right at home. I think I'll do Volbeat again. That's a good one. Last day under the sun. It'll be a good run. Let's go. All right, Archer, stay. I'll be back. I'll take you on the next lap. Let's do it. Back at Mount Hood, which means my run will include some hills, but be able to give you a good tour of Mount Hood. Last day under the sun. Under the summer. All right. One thing I like about listening to Volbeat is they keep a steady tempo. So, you know, it's good to have a steady tempo when you're running. Kind of sync your run. I really got to get something to hold my phone. I've tried armbands. I've tried pockets. Neither of those are cool for me. So I'm going down a hill now. And that reminds me, I'm gonna have to go up one later. So I need to pace myself. Use this opportunity to make sure I get somewhere. Going back uphill now. I think I was supposed to go up that way to get my 2 miles, but we'll see where we go. Oh, we popped out somewhere. Let's go. Nah, this is the one. Yeah. So I was thinking yesterday, you know, if it's as easy as taking the first step, why don't people do it? You know, take the first step, let your body fall, right? Oh no, my shoes are untied. To be continued. Right when a Warriors call comes on, that's gonna be good. A little pick me up. All right. Yeah, so like my mentality is anything's possible. You take the first step and you just let the momentum carry you, you know? I feel like that's true for any goal in life. You know, obviously you're gonna have to put in that work, but the momentum's gotta carry you. The momentum of the universe. And if you don't let that happen, and if you're always pushing too hard, it'll be hard to identify like what direction you're supposed to go in. Because think of taking the first step as stepping into the flow that the universe is using, the wave. That's your perception of life. And you're stepping into the one that includes the thing you want the most, right? Like, yeah, you're gonna have to make steps all the time to make sure that you're not stepping out of that flow and that you're choosing that flow over other flows. So it's really important to take that first step into that life. But I got to thinking, like, what does that first step look like in a standardized way? For instance, I'm a snowboarder. My goal is to be as elite as I can become at snowboarding, which means I have to run to keep my endurance up and to be able to do those 1,000 foot ascents, 2,000 foot ascents in the backcountry. So is this like snowboarding? No. But is it working towards that goal? Am I in that flow? Absolutely. And the differentiating factor between whether you took that first step or not is, do you actually believe that you belong in that flow? Do you believe when other people don't that you belong in that flow? Do you believe that your identity is different than the one that people who don't believe in you have experienced? That's actually the first step. So all that cliche bullshit about you have to believe in yourself, well, that's actually the first step, you know. I got the time on this run, so I'll go over the other ones too, insofar as I can. Just finished the first mile. I might do more than 2 miles today, because I'm definitely over half. I mean less than half the way. Big downhill here. So the next step, you know, I'm not even gonna talk about the next steps yet, because we gotta talk about that first one. Because the first one is like the hardest. Because believing you belong in a path means having the habits already of the version of you in that path, right? So like, if I'm not running now, then as an elite snowboarder, I'm not running, which means I'm not an elite snowboarder. So it has a lot more to do with developing the patterns to be the person you want to be. Because once you develop those patterns, then you can believe you're on the path. And once you believe you're in that flow, on that path, in that Tao, as it were, once you're in that, you can start seeing the opportunities and the changes in your life that support it, which you have to be grateful for. That gratitude amplifies your impact on that path, but so does anger, frustration. If you say, oh, I'm not there yet, I'm frustrated, you're showing the path you don't belong there. and that you want something else. So you have to make sure, first and foremost, you believe. And you can't fully believe if you're not committed to living it. It's mostly uphill from here. All right, number 2, once you really believe in it, you have to start identifying the opportunities. Now, what you'll realize is you won't really believe it until you get over your fears, self-doubts, your bad, poor self-esteem. Once you overcome that stuff and you truly believe, you'll start seeing the path aligned, and you'll start noticing how much the direction of your thoughts impacts the reality you experience. Because, believe it or not, you're surrounded by infinite opportunities. Some of those will strengthen your influence on the path you're on, because there'll be opportunities of that path. For instance, if you say, the path I want to be on is to win the lottery, but I don't want to have to buy the ticket of my money. You know, if you're on that path and you really believe you'll win, and that's how you'll play out this life, then it's starting to get winded, all right? Then you'll get some type of money from some external source. And if you're on that path, you'll see that as an opportunity to buy your ticket. But if you're not, you might see it as an opportunity to buy a Coke. All right, big hill time. Just keep going. Almost there. Made it to the top of the hill. Just a little longer, almost home. A little more hill, and then we're home. Let's go, almost there. Oh, let's go. Where are we at? Ooh. We're getting to step 3, next run. But I made it, yo. 2 miles, right at home.